Um, I can explain. Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the third installment of Naruto Ultimate NInja Storm reviews, where I come to you with a brief summary of the games that I've played so far. Am I just gonna skip over the thing that just happened? Yep. As you already know, I've already reviewed Storm 1 and Storm 2 on my channel, and had quite the interesting experience playing both of them. Storm 1 wasn't exactly my favorite game to play, but it kind of makes sense why, because it was the first of its kind and it was still trying to figure out what it wanted to become. Now with Storm 2, that game was a step up with so much more improvements, with the addition of an actual story mode, more characters, and even better game mechanics. There were still a couple of issues that I had with the game, but it was much better than Storm 1. But now here we are, on Storm 3. Were the developers able to make a game better than the first two? Will the game make me emotional once again, making me relive the moments that happened in the anime? Why am I treating this like a Dragon Ball Z episode? Find out next time on Naruto Ultimate NInja Storm. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh yeah, the intro. Now before I start this review, I just wanted to quickly thank everyone for the support so far on both my main channel and Clips channel. I'm so proud on the progress we've made so far, and can't wait for what's to come in the future. But besides that, let's get back to the video. Alright, now then, Naruto Ultimate NInja Storm 3. If you didn't know, there was actually two versions of this game. One being Storm 3 of course, and the other being Storm 3 Full Burst. What's the difference? Full Burst essentially adds an extra story to the mission where you get to play as Sasuke and Itachi up against Sage Mode Kabuto. It's more of a DLC mission if anything, but hey, we get what we get. So for this review, I will be playing Full Burst, just in case anyone gets confused. But besides that, the time has finally come. First, let me share my thoughts on the... Since the Battle of Pain from Storm 2, I wasn't exactly sure how Storm 3 would execute the open world system because, well, the village got fucked up. But after diving into the world once more, I can say they did a pretty decent job with what they created. The free roam system was still similar to Storm 2, with the set camera angles, which was still pretty disappointing. I can't tell you how many times I kept bumping into walls or accidentally going back and forth between two sections because of the poor camera angles set around the maps. They even made the Leaf Village bigger for exploration, with the detail of the villagers rebuilding after the Pain arc. It's the little details in the game that does it for me. With the wide variety of areas you can now explore, I can say that without a doubt Storm 3 has improved from Storm 2. Want to get constant sunburn and sand in your pants? Then come on down to the Sand Village and say what's up to Gaara. If that's not your style and you want to kick back near the waterfalls and meditate, well, there's always room on Turtle Island where you can not only feel lost in the forest, but also go on scavenger hunts while you're finding your way out. You can even make a visit to the hidden Cloud Village and meet Mabui. Now fellas, hear me out. Boy, if you don't... But besides that, I feel like there wasn't much different from Storm 2, which isn't a bad thing. I just don't like being restricted with camera angles. And guess what? We still got ramen. Okay, so remember when I mentioned in my Storm 1 review how one of the many things I disliked about the game was the fact that there was a lack of substitution bars, which forced you to spam guard every combo done on you? Well, thanks to the developers continuing to learn from their previous games, they managed to add substitution bars. And yes, this was the moment I've finally been waiting for. Going from Storm 4's gameplay to the first two almost felt like a fall from grace, but the gameplay slowly felt more and more similar to what I've once played previously. You can now chakra dash into the air and onto the ground after each combo, which is something I felt like was needed in order to string combos when fighting. With the new system, there was so many different mechanics now introduced into the game, like having your assist be a part of your combos to deal more damage. It's always satisfying whenever I'm fighting an enemy, out of nowhere someone else hops in to help jump that person. Storm 3 also introduced Instant Awakening for certain characters, which allowed the player to quickly enter their awakened state and boost their stats to give them the edge in the battle. However, the only downside is that it heavily relies on your chakras, so if you don't know how to play, then that's tough. I think my only issue with Storm 3 is the fact that the gameplay felt slower in comparison to the other two games I've played, which I know sounds weird, but if you were to play the game yourself, you'd probably be able to tell the difference as well. But other than that, the gameplay was super solid and was way more enjoyable than what I've played already. It's no surprise at this point that CC2 was able to create a roster with such a wide variety of characters from different villages that have been introduced into the story after the Pain arc. You've got characters from the Hidden Leaf Village, Sand, Rain, and so much more with unique playstyles where I enjoy trying out each character at least once. With the new additions added to Storm 3, you are now finally able to play as the other tailed beasts, the current Kages, Haku and Zabuza, and so much more. But who could forget one of the founding fathers of the Hidden Leaf Village, Madara Uchiha. Wait, no, not that guy. The other one next to him. No, the other way, stupid. Yeah, him. Madara Uchiha. Not only was he a menace in the anime after his grand entrance, he's also a menace in Storm 3. Look at this man fight. He literally fights with his Susanoo at all times, giving him insane range. His ultimate? You get hit by a meteor. But wait. This dude summons another meteor on top of that meteor to finish you off. What's that? You're still alive? Not for long. Just wait until he transforms. Now, he has Universal Pull in his arsenal and Almighty Push, just for the fun of it. Oh, but that's not the end of it. Remember Susanoo? Yeah, that's the last thing you'll remember. My ears burn. But besides that, they also added some of the Part 1 characters, which means you can now finally main Sakura again. No? This joke's getting old. All in all, I'm super satisfied with the roster we were given because of how massive it was, with so many new additions and costumes for the characters to wear during battle. Now I can finally run an all-girl swimsuit team. Okay, I'm clearly joking here. I'm clearly joking.
What?
The story picks right back up after the Pain arc in Storm 2 when Pain clapped the entire village up, but was finally defeated by the one and only Naruto Uzumaki. This time, the primary focus of Storm 3 was the beginning of the 4th Great Ninja War. I like the way the developers approached this arc because they did what they always do best, making grown men cry. The game had improved its cinematic scenes with a lot more beautiful visuals in comparisons to Storm 1 and Storm 2. Which is pretty impressive considering Storm 2's cinematic scenes were already amazing. It's nice to see the way certain characters interact with each other because it was pretty accurate to the anime and manga. For example, the interactions between Killer Bee and the 4th Raikage, Itachi and Sasuke, Naruto and Kushina all had spectacular scenes with a level of emotion similar to the anime. As for the boss battles, I might be the only one who thinks this, but I think Storm 2 had the better boss battles than 3. Now don't get me wrong. The visuals were perfect, but every boss fight didn't feel as fun, except for the fight between Naruto and Sasuke. That was goated. My biggest complaint? The final boss battles where I had to fight all the tailed beasts. Before I get into my little rant, let me quickly mention this. In Storm 3, they introduced a feature called the Ultimate Decisions where you have to choose between 2 different scenarios in a fight. The one you choose not only determines the path you take, but also the difficulty you choose to do. And because I'm so good at the game, I always chose Legend with no problem. But that mission? Yeah, that mission. First of all, the tailed beasts are annoying to fight against, okay? I thought this would be a simple walk in the park, but no. They jump your ass. The amount of times I died was so frustrating. It got to a point where I had to take a break just to get my ass whooped again. And I know people warned me about this before I even played, but y'all didn't warn me. After beating the mission, I was thinking to myself, man, that was annoying. It couldn't possibly get any worse. Oh, but it did. This time around, I had to now fight the tailed beasts with my health carried over from the previous battles, and they were transformed. Once I got past that part, with the help from the plot, it was finally time to fight Toby, and I was mentally prepared for another toxic battle after the amount of torture I previously had to deal with. But he was easy. I was able to beat him with no problem. The game had an original ending because the manga was still in the middle of the war, which wasn't too bad because we had a clean cinematic to go with it, but I was still salty. There was, however, an extra mission with Sasuke and Itachi where they fought Kabuto, which in my opinion was a better ending because it was actually accurate to the series. But other than that, the story was extremely well done. The only issue were the boss battles for not having that much variety in comparison to Storm 2. But also, those tailed beasts. With improved gameplay and brand new mechanics alongside a strong story to carry the game forward, I can definitely put this on the top of my list of best Naruto games. Is it too early to say that? Maybe. But this was definitely my favorite so far. Of course, the open world system and boss battles needed to be improved, but that doesn't really take away from the fact that this game was nearly perfect. This game is honestly something you should try out if you're a fan of the series. And if you already have this game and played for yourself, did y'all have fun fighting the tail beast? Let me know. With that being said, if you made it this far, I'm so happy that you guys stayed tuned and I appreciate the support like always. Please make sure you comment, like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I'm out. Take care, everybody.